Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. We got some more information coming from the St. Petersburg, Russia International Economic Forum, where Vladimir Putin and others spoke and answered questions. So you could listen to those statements and interviews, and you can make or form your own opinion without having the mass media from the West, the free mass media, the corporate mass media telling you they said this, they said that, and they will twist, turn, and spindle things however they want. So we have another statement coming from Vladimir Putin that is very interesting, and this is called, it's coming from Reuters from today, and it's coming to say this. Putin hails new world order. Well, I've been talking about a new world order for a while, and who threatens that stability and what would be next. Let's see what's going on here. Ending his speech on a defiant and ominous note, Putin says, and I'm quoting, Russia is entering a new era as a powerful sovereign country and will become even stronger. What's wrong with that? If that would be said by a US president in front of a Congress or something like this, would that be ominous or defiant? Would be like, yeah, man, yeah, it's us, man. That's how it is. What's wrong to enter a new era as a powerful sovereign country and become stronger? But this is how these guys do the spinning. You can read what he said, and it's a different story, but they gave the interpretation of what he said. Ominous and defiant. What it's supposed to be. Like, how do you call it? Show humility for what? Well, why should they show that? Oh, because that's the way they should be. But only a few countries are allowed to be proud of their history, achievements, culture, right? Traditions, not religion, because that's not their religion. That's a foreign religion, nevertheless. And I'm quoting again, Mr. Putin. Only strong and sovereign states can have a say in the emerging world order or are doomed to become colonies. Yeah, so if you're not strong and independent, you become a colony. You have to follow orders that were pushed forth by the big club. I always said how the big club functions, and I name names. The big club is a United States ruled club, and on top is the owner, which is the United States. Then a second one is the house servant or house servant, which is always Great Britain, and sometimes from the third level, which is the bottom feeders, and this is the carp. You know how they feed on the bottom of the lake? That's the bottom feeder, like whatever is left over there. They are the rest of the club, which is the European Union countries, like Romania, Poland, Baltic states, Spain, Portugal, these kind of countries. And then there are the wannabes between the plantation slaves and the house servants, which are usually France wants to be right here. France is kind of, but is in between. And then you have Italy, who wants to be over there, and Germany is a bottom feeder because it has no, it has so much guilt for something that the current population, the German population did not do, but nevertheless it's stained forever because you know how it's in the Bible, it goes to your 7th generation, right? Or 10th, I think it goes to the 7th. So since we're not, how do you call it, we're not using or living by our civilization, we lived through a borrowed ideology. So therefore, you're going to be guilty 7th generation Germany or more, and you collectively, the same in the Bible, collective guilt, collective punishment. It's in the Bible and it's used. Just read it. But in our Roman law, that's not such a thing. But we move away from the Roman law, our civilization, plus the ancient Greeks, and we move towards that kind of belief, foreign foreign to our traditions and foreign. I don't want to hear the Judeo-Christian thing. Judeo-Christian thing. If we would live by that, you and I would not be right here on talking. We would be somewhere else, gone, and so on. I'm not implying that. I'm just saying what they did with that. But nevertheless, with people who talk. Nevertheless, let's move on with this New World Order. Yes, it's going to be the New World Order. This club, and this is challenged by an independent, strong, sovereign country, which is Russia. It has to be destroyed because it has a big mouth. It's too independent, and some other people could follow the example. Which is, if you follow the news and what happened between China and Russia, they got so close together. It's even closer than a alliance. That's what they say, both of them. So there's two at least, and the other, the second club. And the second club will attract, and already had on the foundation of BRICS, you know, Brazil, South Africa, China, Russia, and India. Based on that, they will have the second club, and there will be the countries who look at, they were punched in the teeth by this first club for so many years and are frustrated and say, oh, what if I go here? Maybe it's better than this guy. Those are the ones that are vassal states, or if you want to go straight to what he said, colony. These are the colonies right here. They're going to say, well, you know what? We're going to break away. We're going to go to the other one. Become maybe a colony, but what could be worse than what's over here? Blackmail and threats for all our history or something. Not history, but you know what I mean. Past 80 years at least. More than that. So why should we stay here? Let's go over there. These guys are opposing that. They have to come with something else. You know, the right to choose and the consequences. So attached to that. So there were a lot of countries that would immediately go over there, which are the bad dudes considered by these guys because they didn't follow orders and they're not colonies. Like, for instance, North Korea, you got Venezuela, you get Iran, all these bad dudes. And not only that, there's not going to be only these guys going over there. Look at Latin America. A lot of countries over there keep their mouth shut, and in East Asia, they keep their mouth shut. They don't say anything. They don't. Look at the United Nations. How many countries had her hands up when they said, oh, condemn Russia? What, 140 or something, 130 from 193? So that's a majority, it is. But those were just the courageous ones who abstained. The rest, not the ones who had to raise the hand. Some of them will defect immediately to the next club. I guarantee you that. And we're going to have two sets at the beginning, two organizations, two sets of international law, international regulations, organizations, because these guys, the new club, will not allow the old club to dictate, as they do, what is, because they can place sanctions on you whenever they want. It's them. It's not these guys. These guys are just, you know, you do what we tell you to do. So they will form their own organizations, their own maritime laws, their own insurance companies, everything. And they will be like this. And when they're going to meet somewhere, they're going to say, no, we don't recognize your organization and your rules. And the other one's going to say, we don't recognize yours. So what are they going to do? They're going to do business and will avoid the military contact as much as they can. And remember, there's Middle East as well, who's also take Syria. I don't know if I mentioned Iran, Iraq probably, and Saudis are playing at the double A end right now, and many other ones. And African countries again, they're on China's. That's how it goes. So I'm not saying the second club is going to be better than the first club, because it has to function probably by the same rules. We are the boss, and you guys do whatever we tell you. But nevertheless, it's better than having only one option. Two options, even they are two tyrants, still better, because they can't be the same. One should be a little bit more of a tyrant than the other one, so you can pick and choose if you can. So this is what's going to happen. Yes, a new world order is going to be triggered by these guys who I don't think they anticipated the outcome of what's going on now globally, or they anticipated it, but they did what, for instance, that guy in 1930s, 1940s Germany said before invading Russia. I got to do it now, since Russia is still weak, kind of, instead of waiting until it gets stronger. It's going to be harder for us, because they're going to improve faster than we. They have more, you know, and that's what they did. They attacked. They were in a haste, attacked Russia, and with some, not going to go into that. Nevertheless, let's go back here. So the same probably was over here. Let's do it now because Russia is getting stronger. China is getting stronger. So, right, no, kill it before it grows. Like I shot the sheriff song, right? Kill it before it grows. It already grew, but they didn't want to grow it bigger than that. So thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.